Hi everyone, my name is Jeff Olsen and I am from EMC's Global Services Group, focused on creating service offerings around OpenStack. And today I'm going to give you some tips on how to evangelize about OpenStack within your organization. They could be made for some of the mature companies who've been leveraging OpenStack within their organization for a while now, or you're just getting into the space. These are some methods, definitely not tried and true or any right way to do it, but these are some tips that I have and has been somewhat successful, especially in a company like EMC where we're embarking on this journey for the first time. So here's my information. If you feel you want to reach out to me and ask me some questions, please do so. Here's my EMC address as well as my Twitter handle, so feel free to hit me up at either one of those. So the first part is thought leadership. So what goes into thought leadership around OpenStack and evangelizing it in your organization? Well, I think first and foremost, you want to help colleagues understand the power and value of OpenStack as a cloud platform. So I think if you're more of getting into the space for the first time, you need to help make people understand what is OpenStack, why is it beneficial, why should you even be having this conversation. So have a good understanding of what it is. Emphasize the ecosystem. The ecosystem is broad and vast, and there's a lot of big buy-in from a lot of corporations putting a lot of resources and time and money behind it. So definitely talk about the services, talk about the products, talk about the solutions that all go into it. Focus on how OpenStack can complement existing products, solutions, or services. So you might say, well, we've leveraged a certain virtualization platform or something around that sorts where you might say, well, we could be more efficient, we can provide more value to the business, so on and so forth based on OpenStack. So build your business case and present it. And I think one of the most important things, is there a problem that you're seeing out there within your organization, whether you're out in the field, boots on the ground, what have you, that you feel OpenStack might be able to address? If you think so, talk about it. People are all ears. Really, if you're in a company that's just starting out in the OpenStack space, really establish your solution matter expertise, build a business case and talk about it. I think they'll be willing to listen. And one of the big things that I do in and day out at EMC is talk about how OpenStack can play nice in the sandbox. And what I mean by that is, how does it work well with Microsoft, VMware, public cloud like Amazon, Rackspace, Azure, so on and so forth? Because it's not an OpenStack or those other solutions that I mentioned, it's an OpenStack and. The community has done a tremendous job of trying to make OpenStack integrate seamlessly with these platforms, and it's really important to drive home that message to whoever you're talking about. The other one is engage the community. So where I talked about mostly around tips for internally, it's just as important to get out there and talk about on the outside with the community that I think can help promote your credibility internally as well. So when you engage with the community, it's not only rewarding, it gives you credibility through your organization, as I just mentioned. You want to be active at conferences and meetups. So coming to the OpenStack Summit, I think, is a pretty much given. But the other thing is you want to participate in other meetups, whether that's company-sponsored meetups or partner or even some other companies within the industry. Go out there and talk about what you bring to the table for OpenStack knowledge and skill sets. And I think one of the major, my personal biggest favorite of giving back and establishing credibility is contribute code to your projects. And not just contribute code to, whatever your company's focused on. So I'm not a contributor to Cinder. That I let other people in my organization do that. But contribute to something you find might be useful to your organization down the road, whether that's a self-service catalog or whether that's Compute or Neutron. And you'll find that if you're not only contributing code to that, you'll get credibility both within your organization as a solution matter expert as well as the community as well. And you'll meet some really great people involved in that project. So let's tie it all together. One of the things you have to do is make yourself available to others. I actually probably do this too much, where I make myself available to anyone in our organization, both domestically and globally. But I understand that's being a solution matter expert, that's what happens. And you need to have conversations with them, talk to them about what OpenStack is, how you can help them in any which way possible. And that involves engaging with customers and partners. So if you're talking to a sales rep that has a customer that's asking about OpenStack and they want to bring you in, definitely engage with them, figure out what their overall looking for from an OpenStack solution. Again, you're going to be that solution matter expert that everyone's going to lean on. Another one is get company sponsorship to host meetups. So take some of your experiences, invite some of your partners, invite some of your customers, and do a total overview of OpenStack, what your company brings to the table, and really express how you're separating yourself from a solution matter expertise standpoint, and making everyone understand in your organization and your customers what OpenStack is and how it can be beneficial. The other one is internal face-to-face workshops and or WebEx calls. So what I mean by that is that's getting your hands dirty now. So if you feel strongly about a technology or one of the projects within OpenStack, have a face-to-face workshop, bring some of your SEs or bring some partners in and really dig into the code and express how you can contribute code to it, what it does from a technical standpoint, and you can even do the same thing over WebEx depending on the geographical limitations. And one of the good things that has worked out for us at EMC is establish an internal email distribution list. So we have a massive company spread across the globe. We're getting requests around OpenStack on a daily basis, and it's much easier for them to email a distribution list and hit the 40 or so solution matter experts in our company than trying to find us individually. So if you don't have the capability to do that yourself, definitely reach out to your IT group because it's had a lot of feedback in our organization, and it's continuing to work well. And then the other one is it's not just about OpenStack. Don't hyper-focus on OpenStack. Bring in thought leaders around other open source projects that are outside OpenStack that are complementary. So that whether that's CoreOS, whether that's Docker, Kubernetes, Mesos, whatever that might be. They're very willing to do that because the more that you can bring the community around OpenStack, and not just the OpenStack community, but the open source community as a whole, the better it will make your credibility. It will make the ecosystem of open source technologies and OpenStack as well. Thank you.